EvilJeff, I'm so excited about today's special guest.
Yay! Yes, as you all know, there is a solo comic that's going on with one of our favorite X-women.
Dazzler.
The Dazzler of Dazzlered and Confused.
Mm-hmm.
And we've decided, they've said, this is a line from Death Becomes Her, but they said that, she'll go to the opening of an envelope. So she's willing to come on our podcast, and I'm just amazed. So let's welcome Dazzler.
Allison
Yay!
Blair.
Dazzler, why are you just standing there? Dazzler, come out.
Dazzler.
There
she is.
Are you okay?
Miss Blair, hello. Thank you for being on the show.
I am not okay. I don't want to do the show because my book sucks.
No,
Dazzler. It's not that bad.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. No, it fucking sucks. It's terrible.
It's not terrible. It just could use a little less focus on action, a little more focus on character. It's fixable. Did you see the lyrics that they're putting in the book that I'm singing? I don't sing that shit. I don't know what to do. And they gave me Shark Girl, and they gave me Madrox and Domino, but they are doing nothing. Yeah. Nothing. And I thought, am I at least going to fuck somebody? They gave me a hot guy. I'm not even fucking him in the goddamn comic. Oh, I hate it. Because I'm a real singer. I'm a singer. Okay. There's something. So that's why I've decided I am going to do the show, but I'm just going to do the music that I want to do. Okay. So here we go. All right, let's hit the band. There isn't a band. Fuck it. I'll just do it a cappella. Fuck it. We'll do it live. Don't cry out loud. Just keep it inside. No, I'm just going to the music. Kick her off.
Keep it in. Yeah, I told her to leave.
Did you throw her out of a window?
Yeah, I think she was on her way to a costume contest where she was going to be Jem from Jem and the Holograms.
She looked a lot like Jem from Jem and the Holograms.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, hello. Well, welcome. Okay, so I guess we'll just...
What episode is this?
325 of Comic Book Queers, the podcast. Yeah, and I guess we were planning on really just interviewing Allison Blair the whole time, but I think you and I will just talk about comic books and TV we're watching. What do you think about that?
I think maybe is there TV? Oh, yeah, there is TV that we're watching. God. Are we talking about that first?
Is frightful, and it's delightful. EvilJeff, we need to kick off the holidays. How was your Thanksgiving before we begin?
You know what? I fucked up. I didn't take any pictures. I usually like to take a picture of like the feast and the table. Like Joe drew a caricature of every person in attendance because we had place settings.
Because he accentuated
no. Well, he did. He made it. It was very flattering.
Oh, nice.
Not like sitting down on. I follow a TikTok where it's just people getting their characters done, and they're the meanest. It is the meanest, also most accurate caricatures. I would never get a caricature. Never.
I lived on.
I would commit suicide afterwards.
I lived on boardwalks my whole life. I avoided that caricature artist like the plague. I did not want to know how big my nose was. I did not want to know how skinny I was. No thanks.
No. And the other thing is, so I forgot to take pictures of it because it was lovely and it was beautiful and the food came out amazing.
Great, good.
But I wasn't really, there's no documentation or proof that I was amazing.
Where's the proof?
But it was great. How was your Thanksgiving? Do you go to your family for Thanksgiving?
I go to my family's. I go to so my grandmother until she was 90 would be the one to master all the food. Then she could no longer do it, so we had like a weird like interim uncle period. And now, because my mother would never, she's not a cook. She doesn't cook. It's not who she is. But now she has really stepped up her puss and she started to prepare meals. My sister swoops in, and between catering and them cooking, like we've got a robust meal. Now, Ask me why I hate going to Thanksgiving with my family.
Hey, Brett, why do you hate going to Thanksgiving with your family?
What a great question. They don't let me do anything.
Oh, so you can't cook anything?
I can't bring anything. I can't cook anything. If I do bring something,
did you bring something fucked up and now you've been banned from doing it?
No, it's just like I'm the black sheep. I'm the one that went off to school.
You can't even bring a pumpkin pie, and they won't eat it.
I could bring cookies from like some famous bakery in New York. But they'll have some. They'll be like, "Oh, this is good."
Here's
what
the deal.
What I did bring though, I brought the viral Dubai chocolate. That shut them up.
The what chocolate?
The viral Dubai chocolate.
Dubai chocolate? Is it a store in New York?
It's sold.
Or do you have to get it online?
It's sold by a store called the Nuts Factory in New York, and people are going nuts for the Dubai chocolate. It's like this chocolate that's stuffed with this really gooey, liquidy pistachio mix, kind of like a liquidy baklava.
I love pistachios. What makes it Dubai? Is the chocolate from Dubai?
Well, I think it's more of that like baklava or like that kind of Middle Eastern.
Or is it because if you're gay and you eat it, you'll be executed?
Sesame and no, they came and got me. I took one bite.
Do you know who lives in
They
Dubai?
hung me upside down by my feet and shook the gay out of me.
Do you know who lives in Dubai? Lindsay
Dazzler.
Lohan.
Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah, with her husband is from
Dubai?
Dubai. Yeah, and she lives with him. Isn't that crazy? We'll talk more about her in a bit.
Yeah, we will.
But you know what you should do? You're Italian, right?
See,
you should go to a New York, like a very nice New York place and bring some cannolis. Your family will fucking eat them.
What is this? Amateur hour? Like cannoli is like there's no cannoli like the cannoli my grandmother used to make. There's no cannoli like the cannoli in the Jersey Shore bakeries where my family goes.
Okay, well then go to a goddamn Jersey Shore bakery. But is someone making cannolis? No one's making cannolis from scratch on Thanksgiving.
Have the cannoli.
Now, but
it's a staple.
Now that's the thing, though. Is do you do a Italian Thanksgiving or do you do a regular Thanksgiving? Because my family, the Italian side, we still fucking had raviolis and gravy and Italian sausage and shit like that.
There's a lasagna before the dinner. There's like an appetizer is lasagna. We got an antipasto. We got a lasagna. You know, we're making brajol. Come on.
Yeah.
The food. Okay, enough about us. Enough about Thanksgiving.
It's time for Christmas.
Thanksgiving
is over.
Is when it's over.
And it's time for fucking Christmas.
Yes. So typically we talk about comic books, but you know, I feel like we need to take like a little bit of a detour in our sleigh and start talking about some holiday things, some of which have the supernatural elements that come to define this show, and some are just sexy and stupid.
And some have Lindsay Lohan.
Ooh. Are you ready?
Yes.
Let's do it.
What you watching? Is it me naked? No? Oh, fine.
Oh, baby. Is it hot in here or is it just frosty?
Oh, my God. Dustin Milliken?
Let's talk about what we're talking about. So... I'm very happy to report that we are going to be talking about Hot Frosty, and I'm going to be talking about The Merry Gentlemen, 2 holiday shows that are filled with not fruitcake, but beefcake.
And you know who knows Mr. Dustin Milligan?
Who? You know Dustin Milligan?
I have a show called Why Are Humans, an animated show on WoW Presents Plus. One of the guest stars is Dustin Milligan. We interview him.
No way!
Yes.
Oh,
he's lovely.
I bet. I mean,
he also talks a lot about how he was a very big pothead.
You could tell.
I don't know if he still is, but he probably, but I don't know. But he's lovely.
He definitely gives pothead. Definitely. Like in a really good way.
Yes.
So we've seen The Merry Gentlemen on Netflix, at least one of us. We've seen Hot Frosty, both of us. There are others on Netflix that caught our eye.
Our Little Secret starring Lindsay Lohan.
Starring Lindsay Lohan, being that one of them. But I want to like really focus on these two because these two are for gay men to watch if they don't mind watching, like if they don't mind guzzling a bucket of heterosexuality.
Yeah.
And heteronormativity.
Yeah.
And heteronativity, if I may. But, and if you don't mind those things, then there's a lot of hot men.
I will say I watched some reviews, like someone gave a complete like plot summary of the entire The Merry Gentleman on TikTok. So I know the plot of it.
Okay. I got to tell you, it is 101 the Christmas core formula. Like, she literally lives in the big city. She's a Broadway dancer. She gets kicked out of the Broadway show for being too old. By the way, the depiction of I couldn't believe that what I was watching on
Rockettes.
screen,
It's supposed to be the Rockettes. I saw a clip of it.
Similar.
But it is...
It's like small town community theater at best.
Yeah, I was about to say, it looks like your kids going to your kid's ballet recital.
It is not giving you Broadway. I was like, okay, this is a cute off-Broadway show in the Village. No. It is supposed to be a Broadway show. There's no fucking way. She goes home to her parents, and there's a handyman, Chad Michael Murray, who's fixing her parents' rundown bar that's, guess what, in trouble, back taxes, back rent. And what do? They put on a show to save the bar and fall in love in the process. And it's Christmas.
Yeah. I want to talk about these women. These fucking women.
I too want to talk about these women.
And here's the thing. This following a weird K-drama trope. K-dramas have a history of purposely casting more homely women and giving them bad hair and a hot man so that average women can watch it and feel that they have a chance. This is for real. And I feel that this is happening because it feels like they got Republicans doing the hair. The hair in here is so terrible. It's so flat. The blonde girl looks like she's in a bad wig the entire time. Poor Lacey Chabert. Is it Chabert?
Lacey Chabert, yeah.
Lacey Chabert, her hair, it's like, can we get someone to fluff it? Can we get a little bit of a tease? Can we get someone we have a blowout. Can we get a Brazilian blowout in the building?
Anything.
Please. These women look terrible.
Scene, they look terrible.
And Chad Michael Murray and Dustin Milligan, they're fucking ready for porn. Like, they're ready for top tier Sean Cody porn. Well, they're a little too old for Sean Cody. Raging Stallion porn.
Raging Stallion.
Give me a break.
They are so ripped. Why are they this ripped for these Christmas movies?
They have these poor guys, because they have the bodies where like they're drinking no water. They're in that, you know how the men at the very end before the competition, they have to like stop all liquids.
Yeah.
Their bodies are so insane.
And he has had to do this his whole life, the poor pecs. I mean, the poor guy.
Chad Pex Murray.
Oh, his pecs and shoulders have been a staple in our lives.
But he was never crazy muscly. He was always a little twinky guy in One Tree Hill.
I know, but he always had those really
and in
broad
Parent
shoulders.
Trap. Is he going to be in
really
Parent
big
Trap?
Pecs and really broad shoulders.
Do you know there's Parent Trap? The sequel's being made with Lindsay Lohan and Jamie Lee Curtis.
Good.
I'm kind of excited for that.
I thought it was Freaky Friday that was being
No, Freaky Friday, right. I mix those two. They're the fucking same movie, basically. I know they're not at all, but I saw them around the same time and I keep mixing them up. Sorry, no, but he was in. There is a Freaky Friday sequel. I wonder if Chad Murray is going to be in the sequel to that.
I hope so. I hope there's a One Tree Hill sequel where they don't mention the father.
Who is the father?
He was a pedophile. He was a PDF file in real life.
Oh, just like the Seventh Heaven guy.
Oh, that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh my God, we are just mixing up all of the shows. You just accused the father of One Tree Hill of being a PDF file.
I'm sure he's a lovely man.
Or not. Maybe he's garbage. We don't know.
Maybe he is a PDF
Have you
file.
heard, though, about...
I just Pelican briefed him.
Speaking, though, of abusers, have you heard about how the producer was abusing all of the women on One Tree Hill?
No.
And Chad Michael Murray was using his power to try and stop it. And he would call him out. They would like go to bars and he would just like the producer or whatever would be like grabbing their asses, and he's like, "What? I'll fire you if you don't."
Oh my God.
Basically, but they said our only defender was Chad Michael Murray because he knew he was the star and that he had clout, and he would be like, "Fucking cut it out."
Hey, pop quiz for you. What Marvel show was Chad Michael Murray a supporting character on?
Marvel show. Can you give me a time frame?
Oh, am I going to finally get you to watch it? Yeah, it was around like the season 2 of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I would say.
Wait, was he in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
No, but he was in Agent Carter. He was the like other agent who hated Agent Carter in Agent Carter, and he was so good. And guess what? Hero turn. Okay. You would love it. They hate each other, and then he saves her. He helps her.
Well, I'm probably not going to watch it. But that sounds great.
It's great.
But this Merry Gentleman, it looks stupid, especially because the dancing looks bad. This is the problem with Netflix. Hallmark has an ability to like feed into the camp. Netflix doesn't know how to feed into the camp. And the dancing in this, it either needs to be even way worse or way better.
Well, hold on.
It's just not good enough. Because I saw these stripper things too. Yeah, that looks hot.
But like, look at this. This man lived in their town.
Yeah. Isn't the other one the sister's boyfriend?
Yeah, and then they add a cab driver who is all like the sister's boyfriend is like. Let's just say in the script he twists his ankle and can't dance later. Wink, because they're like, you're not that hot. However, they do find a cab driver from earlier in the movie who all of a sudden
who's that in the
like,
front?
Ripped. It's this guy that works in the town. He's one of the original men they recruit, and he is clearly like he's not an actor. He's clearly a professional strip guy for.
Oh, is he good? Is he good?
He's really he's like Chippendale. He's Chippendale trained.
There you go.
So he's Chippendale trained. He's bona fide, and it's a really good movie. And Hot Frosty, on the other hand, is
wait. You liked Merry Gentleman?
Yeah.
Okay. Hot Frosty.
I did not like.
Is hot garbage. Although it was kind of funny. Like it was so.
There were parts where it was funny. He was funny
ridiculous. Yeah, and the fact
farcical.
The fact that the whole town was like, "Oh, it's because he's a snowman."
Oh, it's because
really?
he's a snowman.
This is Lacey Chabert. Her husband dies. She's so depressed over her husband. She's not even fixing the furnace in her house.
Yes,
crazy.
She is so depressed. There's something I want to talk about in terms of this genre, but continue.
And so then she ends up. So everyone's building snowmen, except some person built a hot sculpture of a naked man with full nipples, carved out nipples. And here's the other thing that's
a classic Brett move.
Here's a plot hole they never brought up. Who fucking sculpted that in the town?
Right. I can't believe
who was the person that made that?
I was waiting the whole movie for them to reveal it was Lauren Holly who's in this movie for some reason.
Lauren Holly from Dumb and Dumber.
Yeah. Why is she in this? She's just some lady.
Know. There's a lot of famous people. The guy from The State.
Craig Robinson.
And
Joe Latrulio. Why are these people in this movie?
The girl from American Housewife. Like, there's people that are like, you are good. Why are you doing a bit part? I feel like they've all been blackmailed. I think they were somehow blackmailed into doing this movie.
I think Joe Latrulio will go to the opening of an envelope if you catch my drift.
Yeah. But Lacey Chabert. She does something. Her mouth acting makes me want to throttle her. She does something with her mouth.
Yeah.
She tries to act solely with her mouth, and it makes me want to kill her.
I mean this in like a positive / negative way. Like she's from the Neve Campbell School of Acting. You know?
I know, that's a Party of Five. She was the youngest one on Party of Five.
So she learned the craft from Neve Campbell.
Pun intended. Pun intended.
Oh, pun intended. But, so yeah, Lacey Chabert, although talking about Lacey Chabert and past work, how about the bit where she sees Lindsay Lohan on her TV and goes, that looks like a girl I went to high school with?
Exactly.
Wait, why is this movie filled with other Netflix movies on the TV? Like, whenever Hot Frosty is home watching TV because she won't let him out of the house, nasty, he's watching another Netflix holiday movie like Jennifer Coolidge on Single All the Way, or Lindsay Lohan in Our Little Secret.
I could do you one worse.
Oh, God.
I think the Lindsay Lohan, she's watching the older one where she has amnesia.
Oh, right.
But the Our Little Secret, there's a time jump, and it starts 10 years in the past.
Yeah.
And twice, you get 2 times montages. What is going on in 2013? Well, I'll tell you what. It's showing you the time changes by what is on Netflix.
Yes.
And then as the time changes, it's showing like Stranger Things appear. You're like,
yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Out loud, I was like, Netflix has been sucking its own dick in all of these Christmas movies.
Yeah, it's just like, give me a fucking break.
So far, I want to say Merry Gentlemen, thumbs up. Hot Frosty.
Our Little Secret is not bad. It's not bad.
Girl.
The Lindsay Lohan one.
I'm super into it. So I haven't watched it all the way through. So careful. We're halfway through. But Jeff and I leaned in. When they did the reveal of the exes at the party, we were like, ooh, this is good.
Yeah, it's fun. It has Kristen Chenoweth.
Bitch.
Also, Lindsay
She's
Lohan's
so hot right now 'cause of Wicked.
Lindsay Lohan's boyfriend. Back in 2010, I took my first Groundlings class with one John Radinsky. I took a Groundlings class.
Yeah,
I took a Groundlings class with him.
Yeah.
And we were the 2 best. And look at us now. He got on SNL and then was fired after 1 year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you remember him?
No, not at all. Jeff was like, oh, when he showed up on screen. I'm like, who the fuck is that? I didn't know.
Anyway, yeah, we were in it was funny because in the Groundlings you have to audition, and I was like, I've never done this. I can't audition. And they were like, we have a non-audition class for people to like get used to what improv is. And I'm like, I'll take that. And he was in that, and him and me looked at each other like we should have just.
Yeah.
We could have taken this audition.
We're sexy.
Way better than everyone else. He's sexy and an asshole. But he needed to be an asshole. I love how he actually had his character because we all know, I know you haven't finished it, but we all know that Lindsay Lohan and the guy from Pretty Little Liars, their end game. So you have to make the 2 people that they're with like give them a reason to not root for them to be together. And for the one guy, there's like another girl, like, so it's like, but for the other girl, it's just she's the sister. She's just awful. Annoying. She's just annoying and shallow.
So you want them both to. He'll be okay. She'll be ruined.
Anyway, but the magical shit of Hot Frosty, makes no sense.
Like, first of all, how does he even come? They don't address anything about the scarf that brings him to life that he's wearing around his waist there, which is kind of really fucking hot. They don't address any of like his background, like who made him, why did that scarf bring him to life? None of it. He just exists as a hot man.
Well, and here's a fucked up plot twist that I was like, oh, this would be interesting, but they'd never do it. Also, it'd probably be weird if it was actually the soul of her dead husband.
Oh, I would love that.
And he got the memories back of the husband.
Yeah, like Billy Kaplan.
Yeah.
They don't address anything. I'm sorry. I forgot. I lost my train of thought. I'm so. Well,
also the cop who is, what's his name again?
Craig Robinson.
Craig Robinson, who is so. I love him. Hot Tub Time Machine, The Office. I love him. His whole thing was like, I'm a police officer and I have to follow the rules and I have to arrest someone for no reason. And the funny thing is literally he's like, he broke in and everyone's like, we don't care. We literally don't care. We don't want to press charges against him. And he's like, but I have to. And you're just like, and then he's like, I'm going to turn the heat up. I'm going to turn the heat up in the jail cell. And they're like, oh, he's going to melt.
That's what I was going to say. there were like never was he in actual danger. Like he was always like, oh, I feel really hot or I feel really cold. I could melt at any moment. Never did he get like, I guess there's one point he got sick and they had to like feed him ice or whatever.
Yeah, well, in the end he dies. And then she has to kiss him. She has to kiss him back to life. And she kisses him and makes him a real boy. So it's kind of like a fucked up, perverted Pinocchio.
So that's the other thing. Like here, this guy wakes up with the mind of a toddler, and she starts like salivating over it. I'm like,
yeah,
honey,
that's gross. Here's the other
give
thing.
him some space.
Here's the other thing that's not sexy. As someone who has bad circulation, you know what's not sexy? Cold hands.
Yeah, they kept saying like he was freezing. I'm like,
that he was freezing cold,
like an icicle going up. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's like holding her and he's like, does this make you warm? And she's like, no, because you don't have a body temperature. And I'm like, well, thanks for ruining that romantic moment.
Like my accusations of her kind of like pouncing on this mind of a toddler, hot man. She actually was like so not aggressive with him at all. Like there was like no sexual tension between them at all. However, I feel like that is just one of the trappings of the genre. Like, and that's what I want to talk about next is these poor actresses, these poor women, these poor actors. They can't emote in this. She's got a dead husband, died of cancer. And is she sad? Can't tell because she just is kind of bummed.
But, and I know this is crazy, Lindsay Lohan, I've watched every Christmas Lindsay Lohan movie that has come out. Or I don't know if the second one, the Irish Wish, I don't think that one's a Christmas one. But I've been watching all of her romantic comedies on Netflix for the past 3 years, and she is getting better and better in each of them. I think Lindsay has chemistry with her actor.
Yeah, because Lindsay's good.
Yeah. Also, even, have you seen, she just, and not since the movie, but she was on Watch What Happens Live. Who is her surgeon?
She looks great.
She
like,
looks
she doesn't
like
look
she's
had
27 years old.
She really looks
She
great.
looks amazing.
She looks amazing. And she should stick to this genre because the directors don't allow you to emote, and so she won't have to wrinkle up her face.
There is a problem though. Now that she lives in Dubai and has her Dubai husband, if you've noticed, she is only allowed to have one kiss per movie, and she can never show cleavage.
Well,
so there is a weird he's some Dubai like businessman.
Oh wow. Okay. She's probably got a great life.
Oh, girl. If she's living in Dubai, I'm sure she
boat.
lives in a huge mansion. Yeah, she married some huge rich Dubai businessman.
Good for her. Good for her.
And she was like, I'm going to move where they kill the gays.
I, as a comic book fan, want to know, was the scarf magic? Was it ancient? Was it woven by a witch?
No, I think it's the wish of her. The sadness of her is what started to spark the magic.
The scarf was just a vessel. It wasn't.
Yeah. It's kind of like, when I guess no, they had in Freaky Friday, they had the fortune cookie, but it was how they both had to say it at the same time, like.
Yeah. A lot
what did they say? I can't remember. But anyway, I think it was her Christmas wish.
Oh,
should we talk about
Christmas wishes?
Talking about the X-Men.
That's right. Let's hit that music. You got it? Okay.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's mutants with powers, Omega for hours. Bitch, let's read some X-Men.
Bitch, I don't know if I can read much more X-Men. No, I can't. I always will.
There's good stuff.
There is. But we're going to
also, my bar is so low that even stuff that I don't think is that good, I'm like, this is an improvement.
I think you are going to take those words back when we talk about our first book, which is Dazzler number 3.
I mean, also at this point, I'm kind of skimming it.
I'm not. I'm diving in. I like pain.
Yeah.
It's just it's a book for a baby. Like, this is a book for a baby. There's no thing that happens there. You've got, like you've alluded to earlier, you've got these great characters in Domino, in Jamie Madrox, like two of the richest characters in this universe, and they are subjugated to backup dancers.
And then Leela Cheney shows up, and they have a whole history, and they mention it briefly. You used to be my backup dancer, but there was kind of animosity between them. Like, they were kind of competitors in a way. They were friends, but also, like, there was just so much more of a relationship that they could have formed. I think it's like, this is supposed to be a lighthearted book, but that doesn't mean it, but you can still have stakes and things happening.
You can still have character moments. This book has zero. Really, this book is just like Allison, like, I need to do a concert. I need to do my next concert to spread the word of mutant advocacy. And it's like, okay, well, let's scramble and get you a concert. Okay, we got you a concert. Oh, no, here comes a villain. Oh, no, you look like you tried to kill the crowd. All right, let's go to the next concert.
I know, and then it's like, oh, I got psychically taken over. Sorry. I'm like, cancel your concert. Why would, even me, as if I would be like, oh, you got psychically taken over. I don't believe you. Like, at that point, it's like, you're toast. And I think the real crime of this is Dazzler. If you go back to well-written Dazzler things, I'm talking about Outback X-Men, the second Excalibur book where she shows up. Even A-Force, even she wants fame. There's a shallowness, and she has this push and pull between I need to be a hero and I want to be famous. And this, they're just like, I'm only doing this because I want to spread mutant awareness. No, bitch, she wants to be famous too. And that's such a level that is just not addressed. And it would be so interesting if they did address it. Let her be so shallow.
If that was the twist, where if she was like, you know, when we were on Krakoa, like, I was hidden. Like, it was so cut off from everything. I wasn't popular anymore, and I want that back. I mean, listen, that might save this book for me if at the end she's like, I don't give a shit about the message. I just
it all should be, I don't give a shit, I don't give a shit, but now I have to save the day. And now it's like,
Dazzler.
am I going to... That's Dazzler.
That's Dazzler.
And instead it's like, I'm going to sing cheesy lyrics.
Like, and I understand, like, you're not, like, maybe you're a songwriter, I don't know, and maybe I don't know enough about songwriting, but these don't feel like song lyrics to me when she starts singing. This feels like rambling.
They're bad. It's like bad slam poetry.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, and like, I have a note for this book, and it's simplify. You've got Arcade. You've got this scorpion woman.
Oh yeah, then they're bringing Arcade in.
Like, if you kept the dialogue to Dazzler and her crew, like, if you focused the weight of this book on their internal reactions to the things that are happening, and then you kind of cut to the things that I would like this book so much more.
Can I do a slam poetry reading of just some of her? Always interrupted when I'm on stage, but I won't let them cage my rage. I'll keep singing through the night, shining in the darkest light, and we'll keep fighting and prove that we belong. Boo.
Boo.
I just...
do the classic stuff.
Well, in the end, it's like, if you honor what the characters' personalities are, it's all there. It's trying to tell.
That's what makes me so angry.
It's trying to. It's like easy. The message is coming before the characters. The characters should then tell the message. Ugh.
And we don't need a book about mutant unity. Like, we need a book about Dazzler.
And then the mutant unity can, like, show up.
It could be the backdrop.
Yeah.
But now it's the foreground.
Yeah. And it just makes it feel like this is, I'm treading into dangerous territory.
Probably shut up.
I know I should, but I'm not going to. It's stuff like this where I feel like where people complain about something being woke.
It's shit like this.
And it's this because it's like, it's all message and no substance. And it's like, you need to be working the message. It's just message. And that's not strong enough to get people to give a shit.
Like, have it be one issue about the reactions to Shark Girl, and have Dazzler get into it about Shark Girl.
Let her also, what if she's behind, not Sophia? What if she's behind, like, look, I really need this album to hit. Can you just, like, do me a solid and look human for a bit?
Right.
Like, have her do that, not her manager. And then finally, she'll, like, see how fucked up it is. And then she realizes, you know what I mean? It's like...
Yeah.
She's just on this high pedestal, and you're like, Dazzler was never like that.
No.
That's not her.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's talk about something else. I'm done with this one.
Let's talk about another solo book that's happening, and that's Mystique.
This is an improvement. I hated the first one.
This one's okay.
Well, I liked that it was like Avalanche. Oh, that's a character. He was on the Freedom Force. He was on the Brotherhood. He's always been around.
Have a history.
And so they have a history. So I like that.
And that history comes out. I liked that.
But do we need 3 pages of text bubbles this big between Maria and Fury?
Nope.
It's all just like all of that could be said in like 2 sentences, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah, their conversations are not interesting. You get the gist of them over and over. You know, you got to be careful. You're a rogue agent. That's my strong point. That's my superpower.
Also, and I don't mean to shit on things, but the art is not it for me.
It's not it for me either. Yeah. It's a
shame. The faces just aren't emoting. And let's just get to the main point. It looks like Destiny's actually the one. We thought Destiny was dead, but it turns out she's the one behind it all.
Mm-hmm. She's the one working with Maria Hill. But, I mean, Destiny is always loyal to Mystique. So
are they broken up, though? But didn't they break up? Didn't Mystique kind of be like, I'm done with you?
But still.
Or did they make up? I can't even remember.
I would rather that they were mortal enemies.
Remember that one where it was a picnic and they were with Rogue and Nightcrawler and those two? Was that before or after the Krakoan fall?
I don't know.
I can't remember either. Anyway, it's just... It's not there, but it's not, you know... I read this after Dazzler, so it was an improvement. All right, what are we on to next?
We are on to kind of our fave... the Uncanny X-Men.
Oh.
Where our outliers go to school.
It's like... And sometimes it's so weird where it's like in the hands, it's like, it's not the plot. It's not the story that's like, this is so amazing. This is just, if someone was like, oh, Jubilee and Rogue and Wolverine and Gambit are going to take in new X-Men characters, I'd be like, boo.
Right, it's not the concept.
But it's written
it's the
so
execution.
Well that I love it. And I love these characters. Not all of them. I feel like I need more. And this is, today we got more of, what's it, Rebecca? Horse Girl?
Oh, Calico?
Mm-hmm. I think her real name's Rebecca. We get to know more about her. And remember how she fucking said, I'm not a mutant. And we're like, oh, is the horse a mutant? Who's the mutant? She is a fucking mutant. She's traumatized from her mom, so she doesn't want to be called a mutant.
Yeah.
And so finally they're like, Rogue's like, bitch, you're a fucking mutant. And then she's like, I'm a mutant. And then part of me is like, are you brain damaged? She does seem... Is my
Fix your mic
not
again.
working?
It's staticky. Yeah.
And it's like... Is that better?
Yeah.
Anyway, she's like, I'm a mutant. And I was like, are you... She also seems like, because she never went to school, she's very emotionally stilted.
Homeschooled.
Yeah, she's a little like doesn't know how to socialize with
unintelligent.
humans.
Yeah, which is not meaning she's dumb. She just hasn't, she
Yeah.
doesn't know. Yeah, with the.
And so I feel the entire time, the what's the death guy's name?
Death Dream.
Death Dream. I feel his character has been. I love that character.
Yeah, well, because he reminds you of your boyfriend.
Well, not just that, but he has depth to him. I still feel
really
that
love
Jitter
when
and
they took
Ransom are still a little. I feel like I want them to dive into their backstories a little more.
But what they've given us so far, I really like. I'm picking up that Jitter is probably going to be the leader of this group. She seems like she's the one that wants everything to take care of them, for everything to go well. Ransom definitely feels like there's a really deep backstory there, which we haven't gotten too much into. But what I love of what they did with Calico is that they made her powerful. Like, here comes like we all like laughed off Horse Girl, but then they're really alluding to the fact that she's powerful.
She almost can make that horse do anything.
Yeah.
And I think that's where so here is the thing is who's your bet on who is the Endling?
Which one the Endling is?
Yeah, because one of those four is the Endling. Who do you think it's going to be?
I
feel like you were supposed to. I think the biggest red herring is Death Dream.
Yeah.
So I don't feel it's him. And now that they said Calico,
Too
I now
soon.
think
It's not her. It's Jitter.
you think it's
I mean, well, I do think Ransom has got a black hole in his chest. so
exactly.
that
But
is
I'm
kind of a-
interested to see what is Jitter's power is going to be that could show you like, you could be the Endling.
Yeah, and so far, like, what I know about her powers, I can't see that happening, which makes me think it's her.
Yeah.
But this is pretty great. So this is a big focus on Calico, who, I loved this. When she found out she was a mutant, celebrated.
Yeah.
What a great reaction.
She's like, oh my God, we're not goblins.
I also love that there's kind of like there's a panel where Rogue is kissing Gambit on the cheek, and they kind of allude to the fact that they are these kids' parents. And I just love Rogue and Gambit realizing they have kids all of a sudden and are kind of like geeked out and happy about that.
Exactly.
It's great.
But it looks like Jubilee and Calico are captured by the... What are they called? The people at the Xavier's Mansion?
What we're calling them. Let's call them the prison.
At the prison, they both get captured. And so now we know why Rogue already in the last issue was like, if you fuck with my people, I'm coming and burning it all down. So I do find it interesting of like, why did she do that? It's almost like she wants her to come. Because she's not stupid. Yeah, she's
like
baiting her to show up.
Yeah.
And I think maybe what the plan is she's also baiting Cyclops to show up because they're both going to show up there. Because it looks like that when they're they're fighting each other. So that's going to be very interesting.
Love that. Little moments in here that I loved. Also, Jubilee saying that she misses Shogo a lot. I wonder if we'll get into something there.
Well, he's just now in Otherworld permanently
Yeah.
as a dragon, right?
Who knows? Who knows how he's living his days? And then I loved Blob and Siren, like brainwashed Blob and Siren coming in and trying to capture our friends.
Poor Siren.
Ugh, she always gets put through it. Always gets put through it. Yeah, just really good stuff. The other thing I love is the Death Dream development of when Ransom is like, you don't care about other people. And it really eats away and bothers Death Dream.
Yeah.
And, like, hours later answers him like, I do sometimes. Sometimes what? Care about other people. Oh, girl, Death Dream reminded me. Do you know what I'm into now?
Necrophilia.
Yes. Thank you so much, everybody. That was episode 325.
What?
My Hero Academia.
Have you watched that?
I'm watching it.
How far into it have you gotten? My problem is that people are like, isn't there like 300 episodes of it or something?
I have no idea. But
and that just seems so daunting.
My niece and nephew are super into it, so like I'm watching it just so I can be conversant.
I do want to watch, but
to like really get into it.
I really kind of love because that's the one with the guy with the half white, half red hair.
And that's who my nephew was for Halloween.
Oh,
Shoto.
I mean, I really love.
Actually, kind of like a minor.
So maybe I'll watch a little bit of it and we could talk about it because
I'm
just scared of how much. Yeah.
Where teenagers have powers.
Yeah.
And fight and. Yeah.
Do you know who else is a huge fan of that show?
What? Who?
Megan Thee Stallion.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you not heard her song "Star"? That Star. Oh. Like she has like Japanese, like she's singing Japanese in it. She's a huge anime fan.
Oh,
love it.
So yeah, like you said, Calico and Jubilee are captured. Jubilee always gets captured. Calico. What is she going to do without that horse? What's that horse going to do without her? I want to see what that horse is like with the other kids and not her.
I want to see because if it's her that's the mutant, she don't need a horse. She can do it to anything. And I think that's where we're going to see it. She just needs she can take any animal or maybe any person. What if her power is almost kind of like, not
giving
really.
You powers?
Who's the guy who can increase
Fitzroy?
Powers? No, the one who's part of the Alkalites.
Trevor Fitzroy. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm picturing the guy who I mean, and I keep saying Trevor Fitzroy, and I mean Fabian Cortez.
Fabian Cortez, that's what I mean. I'm wondering if she can endow, because can she endow anything with those powers? I find it very fascinating. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for more. And I'm also excited for Gail to take on Cyclops' team so she can write them interestingly.
Ooh.
Give her that book too.
I hope
Hickman was writing multiple books. Give her multiple books, bitch.
Make her the architect. Because she's carrying it on her back. We do have Ransom revealing that he was a Olympic hopeful boxer, so I did like that.
Yeah. So should we talk about a non-X book?
Yeah. Don't we have music for that?
We do. I'm going to press it right now.
Do it.
Reading Rainbow. What you reading? Is it porn? Oh, no, it's comics. That makes sense because of the show.
I haven't heard that in so long. Oh, good.
We read some Marvel shit.
Mostly West Coast Avengers #1, bitch. I picked up this book immediately because not only is it Jerry Duggan writing Tony Stark, so he's going to pick up some Emma stuff, but West Coast Avengers was one of my favorite books.
Me too. Loved. Because that's the one that had, when I was reading it, that's the one that had Scarlet Witch.
That's the one that had Scarlet Witch. That also, yes, that's a big reason why I read it. It also had Hank Pym when he just went by Hank Pym and he wore that jumpsuit with all the cargo pockets everywhere. And he just kept little things, shrunk all of his pockets. And that was his power, was to like pull stuff out of his pockets. Loved it. And this book harkens back to that book quite a bit. In fact, it opens with Iron Man on the run having to get old armor, and it is the old armor from the original West Coast Avengers.
Yeah. Because his Mysterium armor doesn't work anymore.
Right.
And that is in the regular Iron Man comic.
You're reading regular Iron Man.
A little bit. I was kind of skimming
Jerry
through.
Duggan? Do you know?
Let's take a look here. No, it says Spencer Ackerman. Basically, it's I can't figure out the name, and people can be like, Jeff, you're an idiot. They did say it.
Blue Bolt.
But I think it's called AIM. He's like, you're AIM Scientist Supreme. And I think it's the girl from Ms. Marvel. The bad lady from Ms. Marvel who worked for AIM and Orcus.
Oh, okay.
She apparently is behind it. And apparently she's been able to get a hold of magic and is using magic to control the Mysterium.
Oh,
and so now he's like, oh, I can't use any of my armor. I've hooked all my armor up to work with Mysterium. So I can only use my old suits, which I find that I like that where it's like he's now forced to use his crappier old suits. I think that's kind of a fun
which are
twist.
Probably still pretty great.
Yeah, which show him in the West Coast where he's like has like a battery pack.
It's so cute. The art in here, while not my cup of tea, is a little charming.
Yeah.
So he joins so after he gets his old armor, he joins the rest of his roster of this new team that he and Rhodey are putting together, and it so far consists of Jessica Drew, Spider-Woman, love her, Ultron, Wild, who addresses the separation from Hank Pym. Don't ask me about it, I don't know. And this new criminal called Blue Bolt, who they're trying to reform.
Now, but that reminds me, remember when a bunch of like Sandman and stuff were released from prison with Rhodey and they were helping and they all went to California? I thought they were going to be a part of the team.
Me too, especially since the concept of this book is evidently Tony and Rhodey are trying to reform villains.
But was that guy, the Blue
team.
Bolt, was he one of the prison escapees from...
I never heard of this guy.
Yeah, so I found that weird that it's not the same one.
Yeah.
But you don't know who Blue Bolt is?
No, I don't know who that is.
Okay.
Yeah, but they have an adventure. They meet some woman who's dying from cancer, who's got a really great attitude about it. Jessica Drew is like, I don't know if I want to do this. Classic Jessica Drew. Ultron is hilarious. Ultron is like our fish out of water comic relief. Like, how do I eat a taco?
Yeah. And then he's like, I need someone that like knows Orcus and all of the inner workings of that. So he calls Firestar, and she apparently is not handling the whole being a sleeper agent well. Like she didn't.
What do you
she
mean?
came out.
She's doing great.
What are you talking about?
Girl,
she is gone through it.
Girl,
so
she's gone through it.
Yeah, she pretended to be the villain to save Krakoa. In the end, it worked out, but she's now in a bar drunk off her ass.
Do you think it's because everyone hates her? Because they're like, orchestrator?
I think a lot of people don't realize that she was, because if you look, she's with all of the villains. She's in a bar with all villains.
She's in the bar with no name. It's the Marvel Villains bar.
So everyone thinks she's still a villain. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so great how stained her costume is, yet she's still wearing it. Girl, get a Tide pen.
But also, it's like, what? You're gonna help me be a hero again, Tony?
Okay,
Great, Tony, great.
She's like, I'm in.
Give me another.
I'm
I'm like, oh shit. Also, as one alcoholic to another new alcoholic. Oh my god! I just realized something. They should have the Avengers.
Oh, fun! The former alcoholics.
All alcoholics. Carol,
Firestar,
Tony. Siren used to be an alcoholic.
Well, she wasn't an Avenger, though.
Well, but let her become, I think either you're an Avenger or you're an alcoholic, All
right.
Bring her in. Yeah. This is her chance to shine.
Yeah.
The alcoholic Avengers.
Tony is at his best when he's dealing with another alcoholic on the team.
And their biggest villain is just
Saturday nights.
Is getting that 30-day chip. Someone stole their chips. Oh my God. Yeah, I love that. But then the girl with cancer, you find out the reason she was shown up is Ultron fucking rips her head off and puts her on a robot body, and he's like, look, I'm saving people. And you're like, uh-oh.
Oh.
So this is called when AI
goes awry,
wants to do good, and then it kind of takes you to like crazy levels.
Yeah, it's pretty cool that here they are. It's like Ultron, he's a good guy, he's on the team, and then the very last page is like coming soon, the Gospel of Ultron. It's like he's not good, and he
thinks he's
misled.
good.
Yeah,
and
misled by his own programming.
his ultimate programming is to be good. But I think it's that here's the thing of like, especially with AI, why I'm scared of AI, is it's the idea of the myth of the benevolent dictator.
The myth.
When you're just like, I have all the answers, so I can fix everything. That ultimately leads to genocides and horrible
And isn't
things.
that like what Age of Ultron was about? Isn't that literally the plot to Age of Ultron?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is. That was rhetorical. It is. And I love that movie, so I'm excited.
Well,
Well,
we did it.
we did it. We did it. There's a comic that's out. I don't know if you caught it. Did you see there's a new Wind book?
The new season?
I don't know. It's called Wind, the Power of the Blood. It's like a big... I think it's the new season, yeah.
Because I feel like it just ended. It was still like, it wasn't, the
double
story
issue.
wasn't done.
Yeah, it's a big...
And then it
double
was
issue.
years went by and nothing happened. If
Yeah,
you
Wind.
people don't remember Wind, it was like a gay guy with crazy like bat wings. And it was all just gay guy. It was it was very
It was
queer.
just a bunch of
very
queers
queer.
and like Lord of the Rings, but it was queer.
Lord of the Wings, but with gay guys.
And more supernatural stuff.
And
than
a
Lord of the
hot,
Rings.
beefy gardener.
Like bisexual gardener.
Yeah,
it's good.
non-binary characters.
It's James Tynion.
Great.
It's James Tynion the Fourth. And
Yes.
so put it on your radar. Wind, the Power of Blood, #1, has been on shelves. So let's get on it.
I will read it.
I'm excited. Yay. Well, thanks, friend. We did it.
We did do it. Also, that reminds me, I need to catch up on Saga. Saga is back too.
Yeah.
But you've
Yeah.
never fucking read it.
Nope. And I never will. Fuck Saga.
But it makes no sense because you would
I'm an enigma
love it.
wrapped in a riddle.
You would love it. I don't understand, what did Saga do to you that makes you not want to start it?
Ran over my uncle with a reindeer sled.
Oh my god.
Right. Also, we're going to start doing vape reviews, I've decided.
Vape reviews?
Yeah, you want to do vape reviews?
Sure.
All right, good. All right, so next week we'll do some vape reviews.
Wait, is this tobacco? Like just
yeah, just tobacco.
wait, like jeweled vapes,
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
weed vapes?
No, not weed.
Oh, I only do the weed vapes.
All right, we'll cut the vape review segment then. We'll just read Wind, the Power of Blood. We'll watch some more supernatural Christmas movies, and
Yeah.
we'll do the damn thing.
Did you watch the Hallmark reality show? Find the Next.
Oh my god!
You
I
need to
gotta
watch one
next.
of those. Yeah.
Watching that next with Jonathan Bennett as the host.
Yes, with his fucking
Oh.
crazy eyes.
He cruised my husband
Oh,
in a Mexican restaurant.
oh,
Yeah.
and nothing came of it.
No, because he was with his stupid husband from that.
His
awful
husband's
reality-
hot. His husband's hot too, though.
I know, but he was on that awful reality show. How could you even look at him? The hot Hollywood hot wives.
You
of
know what? They're
husbands.
trying. You know, everyone's just trying to make a living. You know.
Ain't that the truth?
Yeah.
Like and subscribe.
All right. You know what? We're just trying to get by. And if you're confused of like where your life is going, or if you're in the middle of a midlife crisis, I have a suggestion for you. Read a comic. Because it'll
Why?
change your life. It'll make you
Why?
want to suck a dick.
Oh.
Because if you read comics, well then that makes you queer. Bye.